Self-Care Safari. I'm your girl Safari.
And Chanel.
And this is the Self-Care Podcast. So today's topic is really going to be about sexual expression, soulmates, and creativity and what that looks like. But actually, before we get into any of that, I just want to touch on this topic, right? So the other day, I heard something on the radio. I don't even think it was on the radio, but I heard that there was a big incident that happened at my school at Kennesaw.
Yes.
Where these two white men from a fraternity, they jumped out and they jumped this black man, and they were calling him like racial slurs. It was just a whole racial event that just happened. So I really want to talk about that a little bit and see, like, first of all, just address it, because it's ridiculous how even now in this world we still dealing with that type of racial, and it's like that's just ridiculous. So how do you feel about it? What did you think about it?
So at first, I first heard about it on Instagram, and it was this guy. His name started with a J, I believe. So in the article, it said that they pulled his dreads out and they're calling him like all kinds of racial slurs while doing it and beating him up. The thing is about West 22, because I used to stay there, they usually don't care about their residents or like what happens there with them, because they don't want that much liability. But in a city like Kennesaw, it is really racist.
Not racist.
Yes.
Girl, so let me tell you, I heard it on TikTok. I thought it was just one of those things that like you hear or whatever. I didn't know it was legit until I came to school and they sent out like a mass email wanting to talk about it. So I was like, oh, this is legit.
Yes.
This actually happened. So I didn't know about him pulling out the dress and all that, but I just wanted to touch on that topic first before we get into the lighter topics, because it's just, first of all, it happened
sad.
here. Yeah, it's sad. This happened at Kennesaw State. This is where we go. This happened in real time. So
did they do anything to the boys who beat him up? And did they pay for his bills and everything?
I don't know. But that is messed up if they didn't. I mean, the whole situation is messed up, period. But listen, I've been hearing a lot about racism in Kennesaw, even when it comes down to my neighborhood that I live in, because I have like neighbors who give me dirty looks. Like, I live in a neighborhood. Ooh. Yeah, girl. I live in a neighborhood around a whole bunch of whites and Indians, and they are legitimately like, they will eyeball me down, like just dirty looks. And even my cousin was telling me like that neighborhood just has a lot of different racist people there, and it's just ridiculous. I don't know if that's something you deal with. Have you ever dealt with that?
Sometimes, like, I want to give a disclaimer, like, not every white person is racist.
Facts.
Not every white person is rude and mean. Not every white person is like that. In Kennesaw, it's really different here, because I think, like, when I first got here, it was majority white and Asian people when I first got here. The thing is about it, like, it's normalized here. Like, even like with the gun rule, like every person who owns a home has to have a gun here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They don't have to.
No, I mean, like, it's really a law here. Like, you can literally search it up.
Yeah.
But it be all kinds of crazy stuff over in Kennesaw. Like, like in Cobb in general, like, it's a lot of sexual trafficking here.
Oh my god.
Yes. And I think, like, with the police and everything, like, it does favor, well, it doesn't favor black people because of systemic racism.
Racism.
Yes.
That's alright, girl. I feel you.
Yeah.
That's wild though. No, but that's disrespectful first and foremost, because like I said, we are thousands, well, I can't even say thousands, it's really just hundreds of years into the future, and we're still dealing with this type of ignorant type of behavior. Like, and I was just thinking about it the other day, because I'm in history class, girl, and we be talking about this for real.
What happened?
But I'm in history class, and they just talk about where it all originated, and it's so crazy how a mentality can be so embedded into a generation that it spreads down to their kids and their kids and their kids. Like, that is so ridiculous and disgusting.
Like, it's taught, like, even in the black community, like, how being homophobic is taught, how like colorism is taught like to different generations on the generations.
Yeah.
It's, I don't like to say it like this, but it's taught like the same thing with white people, to where it's like it's something that really controls us practically. Like even when we were like younger, like we learn about slavery like when we're like in the first and second grade. Before then, a lot of us never really thought like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and because it's really like embedded into the U.S. practically, to where like we have to learn about slavery. We have to learn about like what's gonna call it,
our roots, honestly. But at the end of the day, what makes it so disrespectful is that when they're trying to teach us about slavery, that is almost the highlight of it. I mean, of course we have to touch on the topic, but y'all are not highlighting the fact that at one point in time we were rulers of nations. At one point in time, we were kings, we were queens. We like our skin is so much deeper than just slavery. But y'all don't talk about that. Y'all don't highlight us in that way. But you know what though? I was watching this movie called You People on Netflix. You heard of it?
Oh yes,
girl.
My friend and I was gonna watch it. We still need to watch it.
You didn't watch it? Okay.
I'm gonna watch it today.
Too much of a spoiler.
But
at a little piece of it is that they were talking about racial couples. And
interracial
couples.
Yes.
And they were talking about how pretty much the black and white relationship is kind of like being in a relationship with a woman that you cheated on. She may take you back, but she'll never forget what you did.
Yeah.
And that's
because I think with like it's so different like with a black girl dating someone out of their race compared to like a black dude dating a guy out of their race.
Yes.
Because like some guys, like, they will literally, like, be, like, colorist and, like, just try to seek a woman just for, like, all these certain features.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to, like, a black woman who dates someone out of their race, like, you get so much shame for it. Or it's always, like, oh, like, you shouldn't date a white guy or you shouldn't date out of your race because that's, like, being, like, mean to the black community.
Right.
But a lot of black men do not appreciate black women. A lot of them don't.
Very true. And they feel like dating a white girl is, like, the creme de la creme. Like, first of all, y'all the most disrespected woman and the most unprotected woman is a black woman. Correct. So it's interesting. Have you ever dated a white guy though?
I thought about it. That is cute.
They are cute, especially the little Kennesaw guys. They got that whole like not Corman Bloom, what's his name, Zac Efron thing going on.
I mean, like, the closest thing to, like, dating out of my race, like, I dated a mixed guy for, like, a week. That was it.
Not a week?
Yeah.
So what made you, why did y'all break up? What happened?
So, this is really funny. So, like, we was just, like, going on dates for about, like, a week or so. Tell me why. So, I was ghosted by him, and 2 days later, his car got rear-ended, like, 2 days after. So I literally go on Twitter. I'm over here joking about it. Tell me why his ex hits me up. And
what?
Yes, and like they were still texting and stuff. I'm like,
what in the world?
Yes, and I just saw him like about like 2 days ago. Yes. Yes, at my job.
So pretty much what you said is like it really don't matter the race. All men are, well, I can't say all men. I don't want to generalize it, but it really don't matter the race. Men have like the same type of tendencies in each race. Like it's not. Well, let me give this disclosure. I've talked to a white guy before, and I've kissed a white guy before. But it was.
How was it?
It was. They don't have no lips. And look, I'm not trying to be racist.
That's not every white guy.
It's not every white guy.
Not.
But the white guy that I kissed did not have any lips. And he
was he nice?
He was very nice. But he was one of those like white guys trying to act black, and all of his fans were black. So I don't know. It's weird.
I think like dating a white dude, I think it would be like, well, because a lot of them like really do appreciate black women a lot. Because they'll always be like, oh my goodness, like you look so gorgeous and your skin, it just glistens in the sun. Like a lot of them are like that. So
they are.
Yes. So like now what I have to learn is that if I'm going to be dating, like I just need to date someone who appreciates and loves me. Like it don't matter the race.
I feel you.
And like, or I just need to learn like how to date outside my race. Cause I really don't have a type at all, but I'm just
You
learn.
ain't got no type.
I really don't. I'm learning how to have a type. But
Yes,
yeah.
we have to start establishing that, but that's gonna come with time. I'm serious. Like when I was younger, I did not care. Honestly, it was just about, like you said, like when you meet someone and they're like giving you the type of attention that you want, it's like, okay, cool. But the older you get, the more you're gonna be like, nah, that's not enough. Now you got to specify what it is that you have to be with someone who's equally yoked. And that's why I say it can be kind of strange when we talk about race, because what if you're equally yoked to a Mexican? What if you're equally yoked to a white guy?
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. But like you said, there are.
You might be a little icked out because of it, because you never dated outside of your race.
Exactly.
Because race is really a social construct when we think about it. Yeah. So it's really like with dating outside of your race, you probably have like a bunch of culture shocks, because it's like this person might eat completely differently, or like someone who's like completely out of your race or mixed, like they could probably eat the same food, be raised the same way as you, and then like dating, like let's just say like if you're dating like another black dude and he's like a COON. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like I'd rather be with someone who like knows how to like appreciate my culture, appreciate like how I was brought up and stuff, rather than just being like, oh, like we're both like in a black relationship and stuff, but that person don't really like love like being black and everything. Because I've met plenty of people who are like that up in Kennesaw, plenty of them
who don't like your culture, or they do like your culture.
No, I mean like black people who don't like people being black at all.
Oh
yeah,
that's like, tough too. Like how you Uncle Tom, and you know what, I don't I don't get that. I really don't.
Like you have to call him Uncle Tom or Auntie Tamisha. Like yes.
Auntie Tamisha is a new one. I ain't never heard of that one. I like that though.
Cause I remember this one girl, and she was like, when black people go missing, it's like with the way less meaning than when a white person goes missing, which I was like really shocked, because I was watching something with the Gabrielle Union in it, and she said that like it was about 71,000 black women who have gone missing before, and there's no Amber Alert, no nothing.
Yeah, I think I know which clip you're talking about too, when she was talking about her personal experience when she got raped too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't really care about black women. Like they'd rather victim shame the black woman and respect the man for what he's done, or be like, oh, like she's lying, and like just glorify the black man like all the time. Because in our community, it's like they want to raise the woman but coddle the son.
Yeah.
And you can always see that in our culture all the time. Like you probably already know, like there are plenty of uncles sleeping on your auntie couch.
Correct.
Not doing anything. Then like it'll always be like with the black women, they always have to be like, oh, like I don't need a man. But with myself, like I really just have to unlearn certain things to where it's like, okay, like it's okay for me to know like I can afford this, I can do this myself. But if I'm having a man, he needs to have his own motion. He needs to be able to provide too.
No, that's real. Because you don't want no bum man. I mean, and I hate to say it, but there's you know what though?
They want us to be raised to be like, oh, like you need to be with a black man like when he's struggling.
Yeah.
Struggling.
That's what you want me to stay down until the wheels fall off. That's what you want. And look, I'm not opposed to that. I'm all for,
so you would
riding, but
so I mean like, so you would date a broke dude?
No, absolutely not. But see, it's not about them being broke. It's about the mentality of a man, because you can be broke and still have a wealthy mentality in the sense of knowing how to get yourself back up, knowing how to be resourceful, knowing how to go and get it. Now that is a man that I will be with, because it don't matter what you lose. It really just depends on like what it is that it's just about your mentality. Because if you know how to get back up, then definitely that's a man I'm gonna be with, because it's not always gonna be good. It's not always gonna have glitz and glamour. There's gonna be a point in time where, what if I fall short on my money? It has to be a equal give and take. So I'm not dating no broke boy off the rip if your mentality is poor.
Yes,
absolutely not.
I remember like this one guy who I went on a date with before. Tell me why, like he would be the type to like wake up at 1 if he had to go to work at 2. I don't like stuff like that.
Oh,
I just don't. I really just don't. And I'm like, okay, like if you work 2 jobs and then like if you go ask me on a date, why do I have to pull out my wallet at all, my purse at all?
Oh,
there, yes.
So wait, do you believe in a man just completely doing like 100% while you do like 50? Like, what do you want your relationship to look like? Like when it comes down to y'all being in a relationship, money wise, and do you want someone to completely take care of you, or do you want it to be 50-50?
I mean, like, I wouldn't be opposed to, like, someone taking care of me. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, like, I'd rather have, like, my own little hustle outside of it.
Real talk. I feel you on that.
Because, like, I'm really just, like, okay, like, it's okay, like, you can do, like, a cute little 50-50. Like, he pays all the bills, but you go get the groceries, and you help out around the house. That's cute.
Yeah. Oh, you said a cute little 50-50.
Yes. Like, if you
Girl.
Like, if he pays all the bills, but you, like, handle the groceries and you, like, clean up the house, that's a good 50-50 for me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. See, I just, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, my mentality is not even on the dude right now. But I will say, experience really is the best teacher. Because sometimes when you start off just dating, it's not specific. It's just trial and error. Yeah. But then you have to come to a place at some point where it's like, all right, I'm not going to date. I have to get to know myself, because if I keep dating dudes with the intention of just trying to like just be around a whole bunch of different guys, or like just I can't. I cannot.
Like it's like around like our age, like it's good to date, like just date, but like really like get to know like who you are. And like if you want to like just date, like don't get into no like serious relationship, no like life-changing relationship. It's like just date, have fun, like go on dates to like multiple people. Yeah, just do what you want. But it's like right now, like just getting to know yourself is like really important.
For real, especially in this climate, girl. We got so many crazy dudes out here. Yes. It's not every dude. I don't want women to be like, oh no, I need to close myself off. It's not every dude. That's not true. But it's just, man, you got some people who will real life take advantage of the fact that like you don't know yourself. And there are some dudes who will come in and try to mold you into who they want you to be. So it's not safe.
That's why a lot of older dudes be trying to pick on younger women so they can like raise them and make them the woman that they want to be.
Girl, I told my sister that the other day. Okay, so my sister is young. She's still in high school. Aww. And yeah, that's my baby. But she's the baby of the group. Her name's Kayla. And
Kayla.
Yes, girl. Shouts out to my sister. But yes, so me and her was talking about how she has some friends who date older men. And I told her straight up.
How old?
Like
she in high school.
Yeah, she's in high school. And I'm talking about, okay, so it's like sophomores dating college men, 20, 21. Like, that's
the case.
Correct.
That's the case.
Exactly. And she
y'all
was
going
like,
to jail.
Correct.
Y'all going straight to jail.
She going, and that's what I told her. I was like, listen, what you have to understand is these little girls are looking at them like, oh, well, he got money and he got this and he got that. But what you don't understand is you're looking at it from a child's perspective. He's looking at it from like, oh, well, I can just have someone to manipulate. And what you have to understand is when it comes to that, girls only like that because they don't understand that a man who only shoots for a woman who is young is because he doesn't have
that much.
He don't have that much to give to himself.
And you know, like what's so funny? Like a lot of them guys be having wives at homes and be having like their girlfriends at apartments.
Girl, having them locked up.
Yes.
and just coming out.
And like the thing is about it, like the wives, like they'll probably will stay because like they really don't know themselves like that.
Yeah.
So it's like 18 to 24, don't be in no serious relationship, just stay, have fun. And then it's like when you like really know yourself, like your standards and your boundaries are gonna be like way higher.
I agree. Now I want to get into this topic of sexual expression, girl. So let me tell you this. Let me tell you. So first of all, when it comes to a woman being able to express herself in a sensual way, I feel like it can get demonized a lot because It's but here's the thing, like it's not just sexual, it's a spiritual connection to that type of encounter. So it's more like being able to discover yourself in that way. But how do you feel about sexual expression? What do you think that is?
I think like it depends on like the sexual energy. Like not like no like creep energy, but like sexual energy, it can actually be healing.
Yes.
Like people who are like really like sexual, like not like nasty kind,
Girl.
but like a lot of them are like really healing towards it. And I think like with having like sexual expression, like it's like a different kind of freedom for yourself. Like learning like lingerie and like just like learning like different positions, all kinds of stuff. Like it'd be fun.
Girl, I ain't gonna lie to you. So are you like very sexually experienced? This might be a little touchy, but
Oh my goodness.
are you experienced? Like, do you know the positions, the ways?
Oh, child. I mean,
Just a little bit.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing about sexual creativity or sexual expression. Period. It's actually tied to your creativity. Like, it's near your solar plexus, which is tied to, like I said, creativity. It's tied to like your expression and how you see yourself. So a lot of people can actually manifest with sexual energy, and it's called a kundalini awakening. So a kundalini awakening, right? It's like you tapping into your sexual expression, or let's say you have like, okay, so you can have it a couple of different ways. You can have it through like an orgasm, or you can have it through just like, it's like an outer body experience where you get to like tap into your creativity through sexual encounters. So, but it has to be with a person who is spiritually
enlightened,
spiritually in alignment with you, kind of like. They can't just be anybody. You can't be with someone who's spiritually dead. You have to be with someone who actually knows what they're doing and what that is.
You think like if you ever had sex with Kevin Gates, like it would be really good?
I feel like he's too much into booty stuff for me, but
No,
I feel like it would probably be good.
With his sexual energy, like Kevin Gates,
he's so aggressive. He's giving off like as soon as you walk in the room, he'll like throw you on the bed and choke you.
Not like that. Like you really have to like watch his interviews. Like Kevin Gates. So I mean, like we really want you to be on this podcast.
No,
I love
for
you, Kevin
real.
Gates.
Oh no, girl. So let me ask you this: do you feel like his experience, because I've watched some of his interviews, do you think his experience and his knowledge of like a woman's femininity, like spirituality, energy and all that, do you think that stems from his woman, or do you think he took the time out to learn that himself? Like, is that just experience, or like how do you think what he's saying is authentic?
It is authentic to me.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, a lot of men really don't know, like, how to really, like, treat a woman for real. So, it's, like, when you actually, like, meet a guy who actually, like, cherishes that, like, all that's, like, really good and sacred. And I think, like, he's actually putting people on game, and a lot of people don't know how to really take it for real.
Nah, that's real.
Yes.
That is real, because I'm telling you, there are some men out here who just really want, there's some men who don't care. But
a lot of men, like, they just want to just stick it in and just leave. Like,
just stick it and move.
Yes.
Oh no, we're too evolved for that.
Yes, and I think like with people who actually like want to actually like talk and actually like tell men like what's really going on and like what's really tea, they want to be like, oh, like he's weird, all that kind of stuff. But we understand you, Kevin Gates. We really do.
We get you.
Yes.
And I'm in full support of you supporting us women because we need it. But I was actually listening to, I don't know if it was a podcast or just an interview. Either way, I was listening to Michelle Obama, and she was kind of talking about how sometimes you have to choose your partners the way that you choose your men. Like when it comes to choosing the right type of sexual encounter or choosing the right type of relationship or whatever, you have to choose your partners the way you choose your men. Like choose your friendships the way
choose it wisely.
Choose it wisely. Yeah, like you have to go into looking for friendships or relationships or whatever the same way that you look for like a romantic partner, for example.
You know, like what's so funny about like women in general, like I I shouldn't say like this. Because I feel like that would be like really misogynistic.
What were you about to say?
So I think like some women like they usually use like this way to have like friends, and then like when they have a man, like they'll like completely leave their friends.
Yes.
Because they have a man to fill that void.
Ooh.
And it's like now like with just like choosing friends, like I don't want to be friends with the female who like literally just cuts everybody off when they have a man.
Yeah. How do you feel like we're supposed to find that balance? Because at the end of the day, right, you gotta understand, although you do have a man, like there has to be a balance. Like I cannot be up under a man all day. That is so annoying to me. Like you have to have your own life, and I have to have my own. Especially if this is gonna be long term. Like I cannot be up under you all the time. That don't work for me. But how do you feel about it?
So I think like in relationships, like you have to have like this balance. Like you have to have like a balance with yourself. Then you have to have a balance like with your family, your friends. Then the other balance is like your work, career. Then like the other one is like with your significant other.
Yeah.
I mean, the light skin, he gay.
But I don't know if y'all can hear this, but they are over there jamming in the other
Let me
room.
see if we hear it. I was just gonna ask you to hear it on your mic.
I'm gonna sing like Beyonce.
Ooh, I like that girl.
Oh, you don't hear that. Chanel.
I know you ain't over here singing.
Okay.
Yeah, you was holding the note, but you ain't holding the note.
I'm Beyonce in Dubai.
Ooh,
You
are
Beyonce
giving.
in Atlanta.
Speaking
Beyonce in
of,
Dubai.
Beyonce dropped that remix. Girl, that Cuff It remix. Have you heard it?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love
But that shit
her.
DK.
I love her. So she's actually coming to Atlanta 8/11.
Oh, I'm already on the wait list for the ticket.
Oh, for real?
And her tickets are actually cheap.
How much?
I don't
What's
know.
cheap? Cause
It's like about like 200, 300. Other rappers and like singers and stuff, they'll charge about like 500 for their tickets.
yeah.
So, will I be purchasing these Beyonce tickets?
It's
Yes.
a yes.
Or like if I don't know. Or I might go see Drake. I don't know.
When is Drake coming to Atlanta?
It's June 25th. Beyonce is August 11th and 12th, but she's doing about like 3 or 4 days, I think.
That's
Yeah.
wild. I'm definitely going to the Beyonce one. I wasn't aware of the Drake one, but here's the thing about Drake. Girl, he speaks to me in ways that every other rapper, like,
Cause with Drake, like Drake is so versatile, and he actually speaks on like real emotions, not like other people do.
I agree. See, he's tapping into his feminine and his masculine, which is something that I actually wanted to talk about too. So,
Yeah.
listen, when it comes to balancing both, it is such an interesting task because for women, sometimes we get stuck in our masculine energy.
So where it can seem like you're like, I don't like to cuss, but some people make it seem like if you're like too into your masculine energy that you're a bitch or you're like a tomboyish.
Yeah.
Like me, honestly, like I know like how to balance like both of them, cause like growing up, like I don't know, I think I had like more masculine energy growing up,
Yeah, same.
cause like I wasn't aggressive or anything, but I would just like always make sure like okay, like I know how to
Handle
like,
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
feel you.
Yeah, and like with my feminine energy now, like I know how to be submissive. I know like how to actually like flirt, talk, all kinds of stuff.
Girl, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little rested. I don't be flirting. See, I'm an Aquarius, and I don't know if
I
that's
love
an
Aquarius.
excuse. Yes, boo. I feel like we're vibing.
Yeah.
But look, so I don't flirt. I just talk. I naturally flirt. People assume that I'm flirting with them, but I'm just having a conversation with you. Like, so I've never actually learned the art of flirting. I just be connecting with folks.
So,
you know what I mean? Like,
You never shot your shot before?
I've never intentionally shot my shot, but I have had a lot of guys on my radar. Damon Wilson, girl, I will never forget in high school, his name was Damon.
Hey, Damon.
Well, hey, Damon, if you watch my podcast, boy, ooh, but
Text
the people,
her, hit her in the DM.
correct, but it used to be Damon. He was a basketball player. Girl, I wanted him so bad, but he just saw me as a friend. Like, he friend zoned me so.
You have to like,
Friend zoned me.
like you have to know how to flirt. Like you really have to like really just like,
Girl,
or like just like you can't like directly do it. Sometimes you have to indirectly flirt. Like you have to like be like, oh, like let's go out to eat or something. Like sometimes like you have to do that yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to.
I don't know, girl. See, for me, I feel like I had to like. I was the type of person that felt like the last pick of the litter, because like a lot
Girl,
of
you was
these,
not no last pick.
I felt that way when I was younger because I was around a whole bunch of thick women, so I was like, oh, maybe they don't want the little booties.
Girl, honey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Because me, like, I have to understand, like, I'm not the baddest, I'm not the thickest, but I already know, like, I'm that girl for real.
Real talk.
And it's like when you have like confidence, a good head on your shoulders, it's like with thick. Well, I don't like to say that towards like thick people because we are body positive here.
Correct.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So with that, like you really just have to learn. Like I'm more than my body. I only have one body, one mind, one soul. So it's like when I learn like how to make the best out of all three, I'm really like that girl.
No, that's real talk. Real talk. And I had to develop that. Like now, you cannot play me for no joke. Like I'm not I'm not one of them, not no more. But I had to develop that confidence over time. But yes, okay, so touching back on feminine and masculine energy, like it can, like I said, women can get stuck in their masculine energy, but I feel like that stemmed from necessity. We had to, because it's so many men who do not know how to step up into their masculine energy so that we can be in our feminine.
This comes back to like the hyper independent being like, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
And like that's why a lot of men don't think that they can like actually provide. I think in our generation now, thank you to city girls especially, that men like actually want to provide and actually like think that it's okay to like take a girl out. Let's take a girl out to dinner. Let's pay for her nails. Let's pay for her hair. Like that's cool. Like for talking stage and like dating and stuff. Like when y'all in a relationship, like it's okay to pay a bill. It's okay to treat your girl. And like that's not. It's not the equivalent to owning a girl. Like it's good. Yeah. Like it's good to have your own stuff, and it's good to like let a man treat you. Cause it's like I'd be damned like if I have to like sit back here and just like date, talk, and can I cuss?
Yeah.
Fuck niggas for money. I'd be
Real
damned
talk.
if yes, like I'd be damned if I have to.
Yeah.
But it's like when like if like we're being serious and stuff, like okay, like the guy like he has to learn like, okay, you're not gonna come into this relationship just trying to be a leash towards me. Like you need to learn, okay, I'm gonna take my girl out, I'm gonna treat her like for different stuff and everything. But it's like, okay, like older people, they'll always teach you like you shouldn't let no guy do that for you because he gonna think that he own you. Like unless you give him like that kind of energy, then it's okay to let that guy take you shopping. It's okay. Yeah. We're young. We need to have fun, okay?
I feel that.
Yes.
No, that's real, honestly. But let me give you a little bit of tea, girl. Let me give you a little bit of tea. So, let me tell you. So, listen. There is a collective consciousness behind all of this. And I feel like as a collective, as a people, we have stopped at the consciousness of just like self, meaning like there are only certain things that we understand as far as our sexual expression, as far as our creativity, as far as who we are as individuals. But there's a different consciousness that we have to elevate to as far as knowing people in an intimate way. And I feel like that got damaged along the way because a lot of people have reached out in a certain way to try to express themselves in the way of like understanding who they are or like just wanting that sense of community, and that has got tarnished because people feel like, well, a lot of people are just selfish. They don't know how to give. They don't know how to give that sense of community. So I can't really fully blame the man just as much as I can't fully blame the woman for how we had to step up into that masculine energy and be like, okay, no, look, this is how you're going to treat me. This is how I want to be treated. But the men got damaged along the way. They don't know how to step into that fully without feeling used, really.
Yes. So some people be thinking like they can't treat a woman without feeling like they tricking.
Yes.
The difference, like it's okay to treat a girl. It's okay to treat a girl on a date. It's okay to like treat people. It's okay to do all that. Tricking is when you pay for coochie. that's tricking. That's tricking if
Right.
we're being for real. But it's like when you're treating a woman like you're just treating her like go on a date.
Yeah.
Treat a girl like a girl's supposed to be treated.
Correct.
And it's like when I do have a kid, like I want them to be able to learn. Like if you're a girl, let that man treat you. It's okay to have your own stuff, but let that man treat you. There is no reason why you over in like your own like masculine energy to where it's like you like oh like I have my own.
Yeah.
But a lot of those girls, they really be tricking on men. That's what they be doing.
Correct. And like I
Yeah.
said, that stemmed from necessity. We had to, because when we sat back and were kind of like, okay, well, let me just, like you said, when we were stuck in that hyper independence, we didn't want to do that. We actually wanted to have a sense of a man to depend on, because it feels good, regardless of man or not. It feels good to feel like you have someone there to help you.
Mm-hmm.
But when the man is also dealing with his own issues and don't know how to communicate that and don't know how to handle it, now we're just stuck trying to like, it's just a
trying to
lack of
scrap everything
community.
together.
Yeah, because it's
And-
a lack of communication. He doesn't know how to communicate that he has needs too, and we overly know how to communicate that we need we have our needs. So
Yes.
we have to find that balance, because otherwise it's gonna stay the same. It's either gonna go one or two ways. The woman is going to overpower the man, and the man is gonna have to take that role and step down a little bit, or the man is gonna step up to the plate. And I don't want it to go the route, but it's looking like the women's gonna take over.
Because I think with the women, like it's not okay to trick on men. It's not okay to trick on men. It's not okay for you to just be spending like all this kind of money on a man. You're supposed to be the one who's being treated. And honestly, if you know that man is having motion, why is he not doing anything for you? Why are you doing everything for him? He's probably out here cheating on you.
Girl,
Why would you do that?
there has to be a balance. Like I don't believe in just a man completely taking care of me, just as much as I don't believe in me completely taking care of a man. There has to be a balance. Now, we talked about this a little bit in Hood in the Cut, and they were telling us like in the beginning, a man is going to step up and court you because he's trying to quote unquote impress you, and I get that.
Yeah.
But
Because
towards
I think like
the end, it's like,
all women deserve to be courted, all kinds of shit.
yes.
Oh, I think like what people really just get misconstrued is that like in the black community, like the absent father and the hyper independent woman is taught from slavery.
Talk about it.
very
Talk about it.
And it's like with the broken family and the absent man, like it's just taught because of slavery. We don't ever look back before slavery. Like even with soul food, all that stuff, that is taught from us from slavery.
Yeah.
Even though soul food is good, I love me some yams, mac and cheese, collard greens, fried wings, cornbread, all of that stuff. All of that is from slavery.
Yeah.
It literally is. And like a lot of black people nowadays, we don't really, well, I mean like now like in our current generation, we're looking like back before Christianity was taught to us, because Christianity was like, it's introduced as a way for us to like still be controlled, because before that, like it was African spirituality before we were taught Christianity. And the thing is with Christianity, it's like it's taught to us that like Jesus is white, all of that stuff, and it's like we have to, like with Christianity, you have to believe that it's this like white man who you never saw before, and that he is your ruler, all that stuff. And then like we're taught all these kinds of things like colorism, texturism, all that stuff. So with that, like I still believe in God, I still have a relationship with God, and I'm still spiritual too. It's like I don't really believe in all the extra stuff that Christianity teaches people, because a lot of it is like really, really toxic. And like even with homophobic, it's like before Christianity, all of that homosexuality, it was respected. And with that, like I think like it's like a really like conspiracy theory of me. I think that like heterosexuality has been pushed so much to where the world is overpopulated, so then like they wanted to be like, oh, like let's start COVID so we can kill all these people off, and then let's start celebrating the gays more. And I just think like it's a really messed up conspiracy theory of me, but I think that it's real because before then, like homosexuality was respected in all kinds of cultures.
Yeah,
That's actually really it. Girl, do not get me started on conspiracy theories. I'm serious because you're right. I feel like COVID was just one big conspiracy theory because even Donald Trump, first of all, when Donald Trump was in office, this fool literally told us everything. And he was pretty much just like, it was the plan for him to kill a certain amount of people so that it was population control pretty much. That's what COVID was. But you're right though, like that's why I feel like the problem of society isn't like spiritual, it isn't Christianity. It's taught. It's a lack of understanding and it's a lack of belief. But I get why people no longer believe. Like can you understand why you're taught to believe something that is literally making you either depressed or making you feel a lack mentality. So
or like you're not enough, like
or you're not enough. So it's not about a lack of, it's just people have a lack of belief and they don't know what to believe in anymore. So it's going to take people like us, especially our generation, we have to use our voice to advocate for what is like right.
Like what's really going on. And it's like the difference between like when I actually got to school here, like it was in my history class, he really just taught us like, okay, like a lot of this stuff is not true. Like you can look at all the artifacts, all that, and a lot of the stuff that they teach you like in church, like it's really like, okay, like it's okay if you believe in God, all that stuff, but a lot of it's really fake, and it's meant to control a lot of us, and it's meant to control a lot of black people. Oh, that's my song.
Girl, what? I've been fighting back trying to dance to this music for a minute. Like, these people, why? They know we're going to get out our seat. But, yes. So, I feel like it's just a lot of misunderstanding because there are a lot of things that we are taught to believe that are not true. And it's taking too much of our time. It's taking too much of our time. But, see, here's the thing. There is a generational shift that has to happen because the generation, like our parents, their generation, they were taught to just blindlessly believe. So they will not break out of their ideologies because they feel like, first of all, this is what was taught to me, and that's what was taught to my mother. So why would I allow anybody else to tell me anything different?
It's so toxic, and it's like with colorism, not appreciating like hair textures. Not being able to understand like, okay, like it's okay if you like your own sex.
Yeah.
And it's like what they really changed, they like a lot of black families, they'd rather keep someone who's a pedophile around than someone who's gay. Which yes.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, like so many people who like, I don't like to say it like that. I'm so sorry for mentioning it like this.
No,
but they know a lot of kids who are molested, and they'd rather keep the molester around than the gay person around. And it's like a lot of the times sexuality is pushed onto people, and like learning like colorism, texturism. Like some people want you to like just automatically get your hair permed, like if you already have like 4C hair texture, or like you need to lighten up your skin, like all kinds of stuff. And I really hate that for the black community. Or it's like another thing is like if you're not Christian, then you're not spiritually enlightened.
Right.
I hate that.
Like where did that stem from? First of all, Christianity, saying that you're a Christian is not, that doesn't mean that you know everything. We are all just humans trying to, first of all, no, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Being a Christian does not mean that you have all of the right things to say or you have all of it figured out. Absolutely not. I'm not saying Christianity is top tier. I'm just saying that you have to develop that type of understanding for yourself.
You have to know like why you really believe in Christianity, all of that. Because a lot of Christians cannot tell you why they believe in Christianity other than their family believes in it.
Correct. That's what I talked about before. Like, other than if someone were to come up to me and say, hey, well, why did you choose Christianity? I'm probably going to say something along the lines like, well, I grew up with that. My mom told me that. Like, that's not, first of all, we are getting way too old to just be blindlessly following anything, period. it's getting a little too old to just follow the trend. Like, it's more so about truth. You have to understand what truth means for yourself. So it can go a lot of different ways, but the main point of it is you have to do your research.
Yourself.
You have to know yourself, and you have to do your research, because it's not just one way.
Yes, because I really don't. A lot of the stuff, like, I don't even entertain no more. Because some people will, like, just be, like, just ignorant towards a lot of things because it's taught to them, like, even like racism. It's taught to them. Colorism, racism, texturism.
Exactly, and that
all
touches
that's
back
taught.
on the topic we just talked about. Like, that man or those men who did what they did to that black guy. Like, where?
Can I cuss?
Yes.
Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Yes.
Fuck
Yes.
y'all.
And that's what I'm saying. You cannot.
What's his name again?
I have no idea.
Let me
He don't
find-
deserve no time.
No, like, what's the guy? No. What's the guy who got beat up by them? Who got beat up at West 22?
Oh, I don't know, but
We gonna learn. We gonna get your name.
Hold on. Let me get it.
Yes. Look.
I'm
it up.
so sorry.
No, it's okay, because it's so new. It's such a fresh topic. Like, this like, y'all just set us back
How y'all
so
feel about
many
that?
years. It's funny
Alright.
though how y'all want to support our culture and what we do and how we carry ourselves, but when it comes down to the basis of it, meaning you respect just
Okay.
the person, this is
So,
disrespectful.
Jalik Rosemond.
Rosemond.
I'm so sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. Jalik Rosemond. We really hope and pray that you do get better.
Yes.
On a really violent note, fuck them people who beat you up.
Real talk. Real talk. And our prayers go out to you, man. You did not deserve that. Nobody deserves that. You do not have to. That's just disrespectful.
You want me to read it?
Yes.
Okay.
this is
Can it-
good. It feel great.
Yeah.
Okay. Kennesaw police said the attack happened around midnight on Sunday at the West 22 apartment complex on Cherokee Street. It's about 2 miles north of the Kennesaw State University campus. At the scene, police found Jalik Rosemond bleeding from his nose. He told police he was getting out of his car when two white men beat him to the ground and kicked him in the face, called him the N-word, according to police report. And he wants everyone to understand that it was really traumatic for him.
Wow.
And they got his mug shot. Hold on, let me get it on the camera. Hold on.
Yeah, go into the
Yes. We're not finished on my man hurt. Those them boys who beat him up.
correct.
Y'all horrible for that.
And that don't make no sense, man. And I heard that they, like I said, they were a part of a frat. So
Yes.
that
They frat probably finna get suspended.
I agree, and they need to, as they should. But I think the fraternity released a statement saying that, oh, we don't associate with them. Yeah, I bet y'all don't now.
Yes.
Now y'all don't.
They still in jail.
I don't know.
Nah,
But
they
you
got out
know,
on bail, bro.
you know, white people, they get off easy. They get off easy and they get off quick. But let that have been a switch situation where it was two black
So-
men beating up a white man. It would have been different.
You know, like what happened recently too? Huh?
Said somebody was shot. It was a black man beating up a white man until he was shot.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And like, you know, like the bad situation that happened over in Tennessee, where like all these white police officers beat up a black man. All of them got discharged like super
What?
quick. But you know, like in all the other situations, when it's Caucasian people beating up black people, it be completely different. They be taking months and months and years to suspend them, which I don't understand.
Yeah, I can't. I will never understand the inequality that happens between our people. But this goes way, 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 way back. This is not no incident that just happened a few days ago. This is something that has happened for years. We are still unprotected. So I feel like at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to create change is if we band together and create change. Because what you don't understand is there's more of us than it is them. Why do you think they so tight about it? Why do you think that they feel like they have to attack us in numbers? Like it's more of us than it is them. But see, as a people, our mentality is so broken that they've trained us to be selfish to the point where we only think about or us as individuals. Like, we don't think past just our own self-interest. But if we were to band together and think as a nation, then there is more of us than it is them. But you have to create that mentality for yourself. You cannot just, I mean, we have to do that.
We need more black people who actually black, not coons. We need all the black people in power.
Correct.
No more coons in power, period.
Like Warnock, my boy. First of all, let me just say this. Those political commercials that happen around the time when they need to get reelected, they are so disrespectful.
Yes.
They are so disrespectful.
Oh my goodness. You know like what Warnock said?
What?
He was like, all these people want to call me a coon, but where I'm from, coons are the smartest people in the forest, and everybody started cutting.
See what I'm saying, bro? Like, these are the black people that they want us to look up to. Are you kidding? Come on, man. This is just ridiculous.
The only reason why like Warnock was close to winning is because he used to play football. That's it.
Oh my god.
That's really it.
Yo, they portrayed that man to look like a
not Warnock.
idiot.
Not Warnock. Oh my goodness.
No.
That's Herschel Walker. We are so sorry, Warnock. We are so sorry. This is so bad. This is so bad.
We talking about Warnock. Warnock is actually the senator. Herschel Walker was somebody who was running for it.
Yes.
That's
we
terrible.
We are so sorry.
Those commercials were terrible. They made that man look like he beat his wife, and it's so they tarnished that man's character. They beat his wife. He abused his kids. Like, bruh.
They be saying like, I don't think that like a lot of this stuff is true. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't
know. They get real disrespectful when it comes down to wanting to put somebody in office. They get disrespectful. They'll pull out every trick in the book. Like, it just don't make no sense.
I think like running like for president would be a little bit harder, but I think Trump won for president before,
and so did Obama.
There's nothing wrong with Obama.
That's what I'm saying. No, I feel like we need more people in higher positions if we're gonna make some headway. Like, because what y'all don't understand it. Well, no, we do. We actually know. But what white people fail to understand is we are not just some uneducated.
It's not all white people.
It's not all white people. But what some of them don't understand is that we are so well educated and we're already hidden in plain sight. We're already in your offices. We're already in position.
I got a
but
question.
We have not stepped into it.
I got a question. Hold on.
I feel like we should. We need to open up the floor so that we can have conversations for the other race. Because we need to let y'all speak too. Because like you said, it's not all people. It's not all people. We do need to go ahead and open up the floor so we can have a conversation for both. Because that's what this show is about. It's about understanding. And you can only have understanding when you have both sides of the perspective. So let's actually wrap right there, guys. I am so glad that y'all joined us today, and we'll finish up this conversation next Tuesday. Like I said, Fridays we may switch it up and make it a little bit more fun. We'll figure out how to incorporate bringing calls in. But either way, I'm your girl Safari. This is Self Care Safari's podcast, and my host
Shanae.
Make sure y'all follow us. The YouTube is Self Care Safari. The TikTok is Self Care Safari. And Chanel, tell me your socials.
My Instagram is at @1Chanel_, and my TikTok is sha.nay.nay. Yes.